is The Big Show. The Big Show.
Welcome to this week's festive episode of The Big Show. I'm Lubna Barkat.
And I'm Mackenzie Post.
As we gather around the table this Thanksgiving, we're thankful for you, our loyal viewers.
Thanksgiving is a time for gathering with family and friends, enjoying good food, and reflecting on the blessings of the past year. But the origins of this holiday go back centuries and are rooted in both Native American traditions and the early colonials.
Thanksgiving started in 1621 when the Pilgrims, early settlers in America, invited the Native American people to share a feast to celebrate their successful harvest. They gave thanks for the food, the help they received, and the connections they made. Over time, the tradition of giving thanks grew and spread across the United States. In 1863, President Abraham Lincoln declared Thanksgiving a national holiday, choosing the last Thursday in November. Since then, it has become a time for families to come together, share a meal, and give thanks for their blessings.
Speaking about popular traditions, the White House Thanksgiving turkey pardon continued this year, with President Biden sparing two lucky birds, Peach and Blossom. These two white feathered fowls got to play fair, spending the weekend in the Willard Hotel. A standard room there is $331 a night. After being pampered this morning, they followed in the tradition of other pairs of turkeys.
In the last 4 years, I've had the honor to continue that tradition by pardoning Peanut Butter and Jelly, Chocolate and Chip, Liberty and Bell, and today, Peach and Blossom will join the free birds of the United States of America. Based on your temperament and commitment to being productive members of society, I hereby pardon Peach and Blossom.
This quirky tradition dates back decades, symbolizing gratitude and humor as the holiday season kicks off. The pardoned turkeys will retire to a life of leisure at a university farm in Minnesota. I really do love the names Peach and Blossom, and I'm so glad they get to see another day or another lifetime. I know they're very thankful they aren't drumsticks today.
Mackenzie, I love drumsticks, and I hope I'll get some for Thanksgiving. What are you thankful for?
I personally am very thankful for my family, friends, and people I love. And I'm also not gonna lie, I'm an Irish girl, so anything potato, I love for Thanksgiving. But what are you thankful for, Nalubna?
I'm thankful for my family, my 3 adorable little nephews, and my friends. I also am very grateful for coffee that gets me through the day. Now on to some news about coffee. Coffee without coffee beans. It's not science fiction. It's the innovative work of Jack Berber, co-founder of Prefer. Our reporter Doreen will explain the groundbreaking solution to tackle climate change and the rising cost of coffee. Doreen, over to you.
In a groundbreaking innovation, Prefer, a company founded by Jake Berber, has made it its mission to tackle climate change and the rise in coffee cost. Jake has redefined sustainability one cup at a time. Growing up in Texas, he pursued neuroscience and worked in a biotech before finding his true calling, fighting climate change through food innovation. He co-founded Prefer after meeting a food scientist in Singapore, and together, they developed a way to create coffee without traditional beans. Their goal? To future-proof a beverage threatened by climate change and increasing global demand.
I believe still today that coffee is the crop that's under most existential threat. One is the decrease in supply due to climate change and a few other factors. The other is the increase in demand due to countries like China and India consuming them at levels that they had not like this before. I'm able to solve massive problems of the rising cost of coffee, so making sure that coffee is always affordable for the mass market, while also doing my part in fighting climate change as well. We tried thousands of different ingredients out of my co-founder's kitchen, just roasting on top of his stove and fermenting stuff in little glass jars and seeing what worked best. And we found that bread, soy, and barley, which are our main ingredients, are the things that, when combined with our fermentation and roasting technology, taste the most like coffee. And because they're in abundance of scale around the world, we'll never run into issues of input that we need, even if this thing goes as global and big as we believe that it will. We can produce enough for local shops here in Singapore, cafes, bars, restaurants, small-scale retailers, but definitely not for the customers that we are targeting and currently in research and development with like the CPG brands that you would see in stores at a grocery store. That's really our target customer, is to provide a more affordable and a more sustainable ingredient for them to use in their consumer packaged products so that their end coffee product tastes the same, so their customers are happy. So there's deep fermentation technology involved to actually reverse engineer these flavor molecules and aroma volatiles that are found in coffee. And we've actually shown using analytical equipment that we are, in fact, making the same exact aroma volatiles that are found in coffee, just using other ingredients as the start to people come in super skeptical. They're like, what do you mean coffee without coffee beans? And then they try it and they're like, oh, like that's good. There's people that don't like it, and that's a small percentage in there, especially those who are really about like specialty coffee and they like the fruitiness, the taste of plum and blueberry. That's not really our customer. We're more going for the person that just likes a good tasting coffee, likes it at a good price, wants the caffeine or decaf. We're able to be more affordable than coffee. That's the beauty of what we're doing. So at the end of the day, capitalism will be the driver of our success, but as a bonus, the earth will benefit too. We're able to do that because we're able to turn ingredients of very low value, so byproducts of food production, into flavors that have very high value, such as coffee. And we can essentially tell the story of one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Jake's journey shows how creativity and sustainability can go hand in hand. Innovative approach to coffee could very well shape the future of how we enjoy the beverage. Reporting for The Big Show, I'm Doreen Abanmabea.
It has been pretty cold recently. I'm really looking forward to going home for break and finally getting all my winter jackets for this weather. To cover this chilly weather and climate change, let's find out more from our very own Maya DeClay. Maya?
I'm here today in front of the beautifully lit up Christmas tree, lit up to give you today's weather. We have a high of 51 and a low of 43. It's quite sunny out, but also quite chilly, so make sure you come prepared with your jacket and your sweaters. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Maya. Now let's hear from Robert Shavilsky with the sports. Take it away, Robert.
Thanks, Lubna. Let's start with some good news, as it was a pretty underwhelming weekend for the Seawolves. Now, this week, you and your family are probably picking up some heavy turkeys and putting them in the oven for Thanksgiving feast. But Tanner Williams, the freshman lacrosse player, he squatted 500 pounds this morning. Check him out. He's going down in the weight room. And then, oh, look at this guy go. And then he's right back up. 500 pounds. Look at the boys get fired up for him. He's ringing the bell. That's a new personal PR. The Lacrosse Network, they reposted this film on their Instagram earlier today. It already has over 14,000 likes. Now, the Cinderella story that was Coach Kosh's first year at the helm of the Seawolves, well, unfortunately, it came to an end on Saturday as they dropped their second straight contest. What this game meant, well, it was win and in to the FCS playoffs for the first time since 2018. Watch how this scoring really starts to pick up here. You get a blocked punt, and then it's a return into the end zone. Brandon Boria, he returned that punt that was blocked by Lucas Gemma. Now, we had a little trick play action here too. This one was pretty cool. Tyler Knopp, he passes it off to Josiah Williams, and he's going to throw it into the end zone down to Dez Williams to bring it within one score towards the end of the third quarter. Knopp threw for a career high 408 yards, but it just wasn't enough to get the job done, unfortunately. Now, this was the biggest turnaround in football. They went from 0-10 to 8-4. This is the fastest a coach has reached 8 wins in program history. It was tied in FCS third most wins by a first-year head coach, first time ranked since 2018, and the highest ranking since 2017. And what the future holds, well, it's only up for here and Coach Kosh's squad. Late last week, it was announced that Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani were unanimous MVPs in the American League and National League, respectively. Judge, he hit an MLB-leading 58 homers, just 4 shy of the American League record he had set in 2022. He had a best 144 runs, along with leads in game-winning RBIs and go-ahead RBIs, and he drew an MLB best 133 walks. Ohtani, well, you know him on the mound for pitching. He's at the plate hitting dingers as well, and this was his first season with the World Series Dodgers. Unfortunately, he couldn't throw due to elbow surgery, but he took home his third MVP and his first in the National League with a first ever 50-50 season, 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases. This was a one-of-a-kind season that ended in a World Series championship. Now, last week I mentioned the Giants, they were looking to bench Daniel Jones. Well, they got a little awkward as the week went on. They ended up releasing their former starting quarterback as the Giants were looking to start Tommy DeVito this weekend against the Bucs. And, well, the Bucs, they came into MetLife, and Tommy's Chicken Cutlets, they were anything but fresh. The Bucs would roll to a 30-7 victory. Baker Mayfield, he had a nice touchdown here, rushing it into the end zone, and he threw up that Tommy DeVito celebration. Check this out. Here he goes. Baker Mayfield, boom, dukes out his defender, gets some air, lands in the end zone, and he throws it up like Tommy does. And the graphic that the Bucs posted to Instagram, Chicken Cutlets, well, they were great for Baker Mayfield and the Bucs this weekend. That's all I have for sports. The Giants are back at it on Thursday on Thanksgiving against the Cowboys. Now, on Thursday, you're going to Thanksgiving dinner. I'm not sure where you're going. I'm going out to Massapequa to have dinner with friends. But I got to know when to leave, what the weather's going to look like. So let's go to Jason Kittograd with the 7-day weather. Jason?
Thank you, Robert. As you can see behind me, we have a clear view of Port Jeff on the Earth Cam. This is our live look at the current weather. But let's take a look at our much anticipated storm that's going to be hitting us on Thursday. For those of you that were tracking the storm and probably were not hoping for snow like I was, clearly this is not going to be yielding any snow for Thanksgiving. We have a clear division here where we see the blue that's going to be touching southern Vermont and New Hampshire, and our whole area is going to be drenched in rain. So let's take a look at the rest of the weather for the week. So Tuesday, we're going to get some showers. They will be ending around early evening, late afternoon, and it's going to brighten up on Wednesday with a nice 51-degree temperature. And Thursday, we're going to get that rain just as you saw before, high 51, and that rain's going to carry over to Friday, and that should end around the morning and Friday. And this weekend is going to be cold. Bring out your puffer jacket and your Timberlands, because it is going to be around 27 degrees at night and only around 40 to 37 degrees during the day for that high temperature. So Seawolves, stay dry, enjoy your Thanksgiving, and don't forget to bundle up for this weekend. Back to you, the desk.
Thank you, Jason. I hope the weather isn't too bad for Thanksgiving. I really want to see the famous Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, as I do every year. It looks like everyone should stay home and stay warm, maybe by a nice fireplace,
Take the time before the end of the semester to relax, refresh, and eat good food surrounded by family and friends. We hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving break. Seawolves, I'm Lubna Barkat.
And I'm Mackenzie Post. Woo, yeah, oh my God, good job.
It's the Big Show.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rob.
The Big
Good job.
Show.
Good job. Good job.